What do you want to do with your life? I want to rock! And maybe eat some pizza and beat some foot soldiers, but I want to rock and roll all night and party every day. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah. I'm Eddie Van Hale Turtle. Woo, yeah. Thank you, Cleveland. Mikey, we live in New York. Oh, sorry. Rock on, dude. Michelangelo, turn down that music. Oh, sorry, Master Splinter. Good night. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed my little intro there. Anyways, RHC here, doing another old school TMNT review. And today I'm reviewing Rock N Roll Michelangelo from the Wacky Action Turtles. Of course, he was released in the first wave along with Slicin and Donatello, who, by the way, I have reviewed. And also Breakfighin Raph, which I'll review next because I've already reviewed Donatello, currently reviewing Michelangelo, and I also reviewed Sword Slicin Leo, who was in the second wave. Once again, I'll never understand that, but at least they made all four turtles in the three waves of the Wacky Action variant. Anyways, you know, he's the rocker. He's the party dude. I mean, look at him. He's already got his hands positioned like he's going to play guitar, or maybe he's going to play a bass guitar. I don't know about drums, but I guess, you know, he could probably be a good drummer. Hey, look at him. He looks like Gene Simmons with his tongue sticking out. So anyways, get to the figure. Looking at the face, he's got his typical orange bandana. He's got pupils in his eyes, which that's what the Wacky Action Turtles were known for, instead of the wide-out eyes like the original 88 figures and the figures that came out later. And there were a few variants where they actually had pupils in their eyes, but this was the first one. He's got his, like I said, tongue sticking out. His skin is a little bit darker green than his normal figure. I mean, it's that same forest green, hunter green, but it just looks a little darker to me. Otherwise, same elbow pads, wrist tape. I mean, or wristbands, I should say. Same knee pads. Same belt, except for the M is actually the same color as his mask, orange instead of being yellow. But you can also store his nunchakus back here. He does not come with his standard nunchaku, so if you have an extra set laying around, you could always put it in, you know, in the belt. But he does come with a variation of it, and I will show you that when I get to the weapons. Now, the articulation is about the same as the normal figures that don't have action features, with the exception of one minor detail. And I'll get to that in a moment. First, here's the head. Moves side to side. He has movement in the shoulders. The left wrist turns like it normally should, and that's why it's bent like figures usually are. You know, they usually have their arms usually bent in like that. While his right arm, it's a little more straight. Which sometimes they do have straight arms, and sometimes they don't. This one, though, you can hear it kind of makes a winding sound, which that has to do with the action feature. And then his legs move about the same as they normally would. So now we get into what he does. For those of you who did not watch my two previous reviews and are unfamiliar with the Wacky Action Turtles, these are the ones that you wind up. And no clue if they've actually brought back the Wacky Action gimmick in the 2003 line. I know that we haven't seen it in the new line now. The current 2012, line, 2013 as it is now. I mean, we've seen similar concepts, but still I like the wind-up feature. It's kind of cool in a way, and it still works, despite this being a 24-year-old toy. Not mine originally. Sadly, I never had this figure. I only had Leo and Don as a kid. Never had Mike, Raph, or any of the other wind-up figures. I mean, I've had other variations of Michelangelo, like I had him as a rapper, which his name is Rock N Roll Michelangelo, but yet in the Rock N Roll Turtles, he's a rapper, which it works for him. I mean, other than that, yeah, let's get into the action feature. Gonna wind it up. Watch his hand move. Yeah, at least he's gonna tickle you. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Or, it's his, guitar shredding hand, but he's gonna shred some foot. So now let's get into the accessories. First, as I mentioned, he has a variation of his nunchucks, Not the same as what came with the 1988 figure and some of the other figures that have been released with it, with the nunchucks, but I mean, these definitely are his nunchucks. It looks more like bicycle handles with a chain going on, which is kind of cool because usually it's just a long string of plastic. It's got this piece in the middle connecting the chains together, and you can have him hold it. Oh, sorry, he fell over. Anyways, you can put it in either hand, which is the one he's going to do for the action feature. He can kind of hold it like he would, you know, if he just holding one nunchuck in both hands, but not very well. I mean, obviously he can do it, but it only comes with one, so obviously he's only going to hold it in one hand, but he can do it, just it stretches out a little. So obviously, since he's not going to use his left arm as much, since the right arm is the one with the action feature, put it right there, wind it up, and watch it go. It's not want to work. There we go. Oh yeah, whip it good. Not even rock music, but hey, I used that joke before in my Leonardo video. Thought I'd use it again. I don't know. It looks like it would make more sense to Michelangelo than Leonardo. Oh, hand goes. It starts moving again. Now the second accessory it comes with is like these two snakes taped together. When I think of rock music, I think of White Snake. I don't know. I personally prefer Venom. I don't know if they're related to snakes, but you know, Venom, British metal bands, black metal. Honestly, I can't think of any other bands with snakes in the title or related to snakes, but still, put his hand once again, winds it up, and watch him whip you with the snakes. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I think Alice Cooper used to wear like a python sometimes. So I don't know, maybe think of Alice Cooper. There you go. There's a rocker for you. And once again, the hand wants to move. And finally, the last accessory, he's got this sewer Swiss Army knife, which looks like a pot, like a lid to a pot. It has like a can opener, a fork, like a butcher cleaver, and a pizza cutter. It's appropriate. Michelangelo likes pizza. So once again, oh, you can always toss it at your enemies if you want to, but obviously you want to put it in the hand. And you can use it for two different things here. For beating up the foot soldiers or for cutting pizza. Yeah! The wind up feature does not want to work as well. I guess you gotta wind it up a little bit, and sometimes it helps you do this. And watch it go, yeah! Spin, spin, you getting dizzy, huh? Woo, yeah, dude, yeah! Rock on, yeah! Yeah! Thank you, you've been a wonderful audience, yeah! Want an encore? Yay! Go to bed, Mikey! Oh, sorry. Later, y'all been a good crowd. Boo! Ow! Alright. So there you guys go. That's my review of Rock N Roll Michelangelo. This is the third and final review I'm doing for the Wacky Action Turtles. Next will be Breakfighin Raph, and quick warning, that's not going to be good. I mean, of the four figures of the Turtles themselves, I definitely think that Rock N Roll Mike has to be the best of the four. Well, along with Leo, but of course I'm a Leonardo fan, so obviously Sword Slice Leo would be number one to me. But still, I mean, his action figure works pretty good. And hey, I like rock music, so the name is appropriate. And like I said, it works pretty good. So there you go. So let me know what you think of this toy. Did you own it as a kid? Or, I mean, if you're any of you older fans out there, if you owned any of the Wacky Action figures, let me know if you liked it. Let me know maybe if you owned any other ones. And like I said, you know, you can go back and I've reviewed the other ones, you know, of Leonardo and Donatello. I'll put links in the description, and once I put up my Raphael review, I'll put it down in the description as well. And like I said, it's not as great. I'll get to it in the next video. So yeah, there you guys go. As always, thanks for watching. Feel free to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe for more TMNT figure reviews, Power Rangers, wrestling, and just awesome toy reviews. As always, rock on and keep collecting. Party on, dudes! Yeah! Yeah! Ah! You missed! Ah! Alright, guys. Once again, rock on. And later.